Champions League Bodo/Glimt vs Red Star Belgrade prediction, team news, lineups preview. Vying for a place in the new-look Champions League group stage, Bodo/Glimt and Red Star Belgrade meet for the first leg of their playoff tie on Tuesday. Serbian champions Red Star travel north of the Arctic Circle, as they square off with a side that has already fought through 2 rounds of qualifying. Match preview. Prior to their promotion into Norway's Eliteserien in 2017, Bodo/Glimt were seen as outsiders and they initially struggled, but under the management of head coach Kjetil Knutsen they have since dominated domestically and become European regulars. Having toppled both Celtic and Roma in recent years, Glimt were favourites to progress from this year's second qualifying round tie against Latvia's RFS, to whom they duly dealt out a 7-1 aggregate defeat. To reach the playoffs, they then overcame Jagiellonia Białystok by winning 1-0 in Poland and later finishing the job with a 4-1 victory back on home turf. The 3-time Norwegian champions have never qualified for the Champions League's group stage, but they were present in the playoff round 2 years ago, before going on to take part in the Europa League. Knutsen's side then competed in last season's Europa Conference League, unluckily losing to Ajax in the knockout round playoffs after making it through a group that featured Lugano, Besiktas and Club Brugge, already deep into their domestic campaign. Glimt are 8 points clear at the top of the Eliteserien standings, but they were spared a league fixture between beating Jagiellonia and Tuesday's big game. As a seeded side in these playoffs and boasting a much greater history in UEFA competition than their opponents, Red Star may expect to progress after next week's return leg in Belgrade. The 1991 European champions have been less successful of late, but they reached the Champions League group phase in both 2018 and 2019, before returning last year following a handful of Europa League campaigns. Taking only 1 point from a group featuring young boys, RB Leipzig and reigning champions Manchester City saw Crvena Zvezda finish bottom of the pile, but having since won another Serbian Superliga title they are now back in the hunt for qualification. After returning to the club for a second spell in charge, head coach Vladan Milojevic led them to a 7th straight league crown last season, as well as victory over Vojvodina in the cup final. Red Star are leading the table again this term, averaging over 3 goals per game while posting 4 wins and 1 draw. Most recently, they thumped Kukuriki 4-1 last Thursday, with Peter Olayinka bagging a first-half brace. Team news. Bodo/Glimt are still without several players this week, as Nino Zugelj, Gottvedt and Siver Skide are joined on the sidelines by left-back Bryce Wembangamo and Norway defender Omar El-Abdellaoui. Sondre Fett, Kasper Haug, August Mikkelsen and Ulrik Saltens have all scored twice across Glimt's 4 qualifying matches so far, with Haug and former AC Milan winger Jens Petter Hauge set to start up front at Aspmyra Stadion. Meanwhile, captain Patrick Berg has found the net regularly in this year's Eliteserien and will feature in the hosts' midfield. Red Star's front line will most likely be led by Peter Olayinka and Bruno Duarte, while Gabon international Geller Kenga, who racked up 17 goal involvements in last term's Serbian Superliga, also poses a threat. New signing Felicio Milson may also be involved at some stage. South Korean duo Seol Young-woo, who recently scored his first goal for the club in just his second league appearance, and Hwang In-beom are set to play a part in Tuesday's game, potentially joining Slovenia's Timmy Max Elsnik in the starting 11. Bodo/Glimt possible starting lineup: Heikin, Stovald, Move, Gunderson, Jorkan, Fett, Berg, Evgen, Hauge, Haug, Mikkelsen. Red Star Belgrade possible starting lineup: Ilic, Mimovic, Giga, Spajic, Seal, Elsnik, Hwang, Milson, Ivanic, Olayinka, Duarte. We say, Bodo/Glimt 1-1 Red Star Belgrade. With so much at stake, it could be a cagey first leg between 2 teams accustomed to blowing opponents away in domestic football. Red Star score so frequently, though, they are likely to find the net at some stage, with an away draw making them slight favourites to progress next week. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.